Hello everyone. In management account in cash budget, today we will see the different methods sum. Okay, so let's have a look. This is the sum number 10 of latest examination sum. To go through the amount. Here we are given the amount that prepare a cash budget for 3 months ending on 30th June 2012 on the following information of Jai Yogeshwar Company Limited on 1st April 2012. The credit balance of bank account is rupees 1 lakh. Here please be aware, always remember cash or bank balance is having a debit balance because they are written in the asset side. Okay, I hope you remember the balance sheet entries. So here we are given the credit balance. Credit balance of bank account and amount is 1 lakh rupees. So it means this is bank overdraft. So that amount will be in minus. Okay. So please be careful that balance is credit balance is given or debit balance is given. Please pay attention on that. The cost of goods in terms of percentage of the selling price is as follow. So this percentage is of on selling price. Material 40%, wages 30%, and factory overhead 10%. Okay. Now the production and the stock of finished goods are as follows. Here we are given the months January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Production units 10,000, 11,000, 12,000, 13,000, 12,000, 11,000, and 10,000. Closing stock that is also given in the units 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 2,000, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. Now let's move forward to additional information. Here cost of sale is rupees 100 per unit. Add 50% profit on sales. So here the cost of sale is given 100 rupees per unit, but the profit is given on the sale. So 50% profit on sale, it means 100% profit on production or on cost. Okay, so 100% profit means what? 100 rupees cost and 100% means another 100 rupees will be added as profit. So our selling price will become 200 rupees. Okay. Now cash sale is 25% of total sale. So cash sale is 25%. Now cash discount of 10% is allowed in cash sales. So 10% will be deducted. 75% of credit sales are collected in the month after sale and the balance in the second month after sale. Means, see, we will divide sales into two parts: cash, credit. Cash 25% and 75% is debit sales, credit sales. Now 75% is credit sales, but among that sale again 75% will be collected in next month and another 25% will be collected in the next month. So as an example, we are selling the goods on January. 75% is credit sale, right? So 75 from the credit sale, again 75% will be collected in February and the another 25% will be collected in March. Okay, so got it? How the collection will be calculated? We will see in the calculation part also. For anticipating sales of each month, necessary purchases are made in the preceding month. 50% purchases are made for cash and the payments for the remaining purchase are made into 2 equal months installment thereafter. That means what? Necessary materials. So we will have to go calculate for the materials 40% to find out the purchase. So we'll do the 40% of the sale. then we can find out the purchase. But here we have to be very careful that materials is on the cash percentage of sale, right? Now, if we want to sell in the February month, we have to purchase it in the January month. Okay, then only we can sell that goods in the February, na? So here it is said same way that whatever necessary purchase that is made in the preceding month means before month. Okay, and again the purchase is also divided into two parts: 50% cash and 50% credit. 50% credit sale will be again bifurcated by the next month and the second next month. Now the time lag for wages is half month and factory overhead is for 1/4 month. Means 3/4 expenses are recovered in the same month and 1/4 is after month. The company has 10% government security of 5 lakh rupees. Interest will be received on 30th April and 31st October. We have to make the cash budget for 3 months on 30th June. So April, May and June we will make the statement. So 30th April interest will be come in the cash receipts. So now 10% of 5 lakh is 50,000, but it half yearly payment is received. So 50% of 50,000 is 25,000. So we will make the entry on 30th April 25,000 as a cash receipt. Okay. A new machine is to be bought for rupees 1 lakh in the month of April, payable rupees 20,000 as down payment and the balance in the quarterly installment with interest 12% per annum. So we have just concern with the April months. So April months only 20,000 is payable in April. Okay. Then the next balance is quarterly installment. So we have no concern with that. The company has purchased 5,000 equity shares of Star Computers Limited having face value is 10 rupees each at 100 rupees per share in the year 2010. Prevailing market price of each share is rupees 200. Star Computer has declared dividend 50% which will be received in June 2012. Now here we are having the three prices. First is face value. Second is which on which price we have purchased, and third is market price. Now company has declared the dividend 50%, right? Now always remember that dividend is always calculated on the face value. It has no concern with your purchase price or no concern with your market price. So we have to calculate the dividend on face value. So 50% of 10 rupees is 5 rupees. So 5,000 into 5 rupees is equal to 25,000. This is we received in the June. So we will write down in the June month column. Okay. A check for rupees 25,000 being amount of last year's income tax refund will be received on April. Same will be deposited in bank on 10th May. So whenever we receive, we are mentioning the cash receipts. So it will be deposited in the month of May. So we will write down in the column of May, not April. Okay. The company has issued 10,000 equity share of rupees 10 each at premium of 20% in March 2012, which will be received in the next month. Means in April we receive the equity shares. 10,000 equity share into 10 rupees means 1 lakh and 20% premium, so 20,000. So 1 lakh 20,000 we will write down as an equity share issue. Okay. So now let's start with the calculations when we go for the cash budget. Okay. So first we have to find out the sales. So now first we will look at the formula of sale. Here I have mentioned first the month. Now to find out the sale, we have to find out opening stock plus production minus closing stock is equal to sales unit. Okay. So opening stock plus production minus closing stock is equal to sales unit. We multiply it with the selling price so we can get the total sale. Okay. So now in January, there is no opening stock is given, but production is given 10,000 units. So production is 10,000 units and its closing stock is 1,000. So 10,000 minus, here always see the sign. Here we have to add the production into opening stock and minus the closing stock from both, total of both. Okay. So 10,000 minus 1,000 is equal to 9,000 into 200 is equal to 18 lakh rupees. So our total sale for January month is 18 lakh rupees. Now for February, or now January month's closing stock, it will be opening stock for February. So 1,000 will come in the opening stock, plus 11,000 is equal to 12,000 minus closing stock 2,000 is equal to 10,000. 10,000 into 200 is equal to 20 lakh. So our total sale for February month is 20 lakh. For March, closing stock of February will become opening stock of March, that is 2,000 plus production 12,000 minus closing stock 3,000 is equal to 11,000. 11,000 into 200 is equal to 22 lakh. So total sale of March will be 22 lakh. April, opening stock, closing stock of March is 3,000. So that will be our opening stock for April. 3,000 plus 13,000 production minus 2,000 closing stock is equal to 14 lakh. 14,000 units. Into 200 is selling price is equal to 28 lakh. So our total sale for April is 28 lakh. In May, our opening stock is 2,000 plus production 12,000 minus closing stock 1,000 is equal to 13,000. We multiply it with the selling price. 13,000 into 200 is equal to 26 lakh. For June, our closing stock of May is equal to our opening stock is of June is 1,000 plus production 11,000 minus 2,000 closing stock is equal to 10,000 sales unit into selling price 200 is equal to 20 lakh rupees. For July, our opening stock will be 2,000, production is 10,000 minus 3,000 is equal to 9,000 into 200 is equal to 18 lakh. So our total sale for July is equal to 18 lakh. Okay. So finally we got the amount of total sale. Now we can find out all the expenses and sales and purchase, even collection also. So now here I have written the months, the total sale, which we have found here right now. Now, 25% of this total sale is cash. So 25% of 18 lakh is 4 lakh 50,000. 25% of 20 lakh is equal to 5 lakh. 25% of 22 lakh is equal to 5 lakh 50,000. 25% of 28 lakh is equal to 7 lakh. 25% of 26 lakh is equal to 6 lakh 50,000. 25% of 20 lakh is equal to 5 lakh. 25% of 18 lakh is equal to 4 lakh 50,000. Now we have to deduct 10% discount from the cash sale. Then we will find out the net cash sale, which we will write down in the cash budget. So 10% of 4 lakh 50,000 is equal to 45,000. So 4 lakh 50,000 minus 45,000 is equal to 4 lakh 5,000. 10% of 5 lakh is 50,000. So 5 lakh minus 50,000 is equal to 4 lakh 50,000. 10% of 5 lakh 50,000 is equal to 55,000. So 5 lakh 50,000 minus 55,000 is equal to 4 lakh 95,000. 10% of 7 lakh is equal to 70,000. So 7 lakh minus 70,000 is equal to 6 lakh 30,000. 10% of 6 lakh 50,000 is equal to 65,000. 6 lakh 50,000 minus 65,000 is equal to 5 lakh 85,000. 10% of 5 lakh is equal to 50,000. So 5 lakh minus 50,000 is equal to 4 lakh 50,000. 4 lakh 50,000, 10% of 4 lakh 50,000 is equal to 45,000. So 4 lakh 50,000 minus 45,000 is equal to 4 lakh 5,000. So this is our net cash sale. Now we are making the cash budget of 3 months, April, May and June. So we will consider the net cash sale of April, May and June. These 3 sale will come in the cash budget. Okay, we will mention these 3 amount. Now we will find out the credit sale. So 75% of total sale is in January. So 75% of 18 lakh is equal to 13 lakh 50,000. 75% of 20 lakh is equal to 15 lakh. 75% of 22 lakh is equal to 16 lakh 50,000. 75% of 28 lakh is equal to 21 lakh. 75% of 26 lakh is equal to 19 lakh 50,000. 75% of 20 lakh is equal to 15 lakh. 75% of 18 lakh is equal to 13 lakh 50,000. Okay. So now credit sale, our payment will be 70. This is the month of January. So 75% will recover in Feb and 25% will recover in March. This 75% will recover in March, 25% will recover in April. 75% will recover in April, 25% in May. 75% in May, 25% in June. 75% in June, 25% in July. 75% in July, 25% in August. 75% August, 25% September. Now we are concerned with the April, May, and June. Okay. So now we will start the calculation of collection. Collection from debtors. So in April, where is the April? Here. So 25% of February. So 25% of 15 lakh is equal to 3,75,000 plus 75% of March. So 16 lakh 50,000 into 75% is equal to 12 lakh 37,500 and total is 16 lakh 12,500. Same way we will consider the May's in May 25% of March 16 lakh 50,000 25% is equal to 4 lakh 12,500 and 75% of April of 20 lakh 21 lakh is equal to 15 lakh 75,000. So total is 19 lakh 87,500. Same way in June, 25% of April is 25% of 21 lakh is equal to 5 lakh 25,000 and 75% of May means 75% of 90 lakh 50,000 is equal to 14 lakh 62,500 and total is 19 lakh 87,500. Okay, so now we'll find out the purchase. So for purchase, first we have the month's total sell. Now the 40% is material, 40% of total sell. Okay, so we obviously purchase for the materials. So now we'll do the 40% of 18 lakh, that is equal to 7 lakh 20,000. 40% of 20 lakh is equal to 8 lakh. 40% of 22 lakh is equal to 8 lakh 80,000. 40% of 28 lakh is equal to 11 lakh 20,000. 40% of 26 lakh is equal to 10 lakh 40,000. 40% of 20 lakh is equal to 8 lakh. 40% of 18 lakh is equal to 7 lakh 20,000. Okay. Now we are doing the purchase in the preceding month. So this is the sale material of January. So this will be purchased in December, this will be in January, this will be in February, this will be in March, this will be in April, this will be in May, and this will be in June. So now we have to see the month this, not this. Okay. Now we will bifurcate it with the 50% cash and 50% credit. So 50% of 7 lakh 20,000, 3 lakh 60,000. So in both. Same way in January 4 lakh, February 4 lakh 40,000, March 5 lakh 60,000, April 5 lakh 20,000, May 4 lakh, June 3 lakh 60,000. Now we are concerned with the April, May and June. So this purchase will come as cash purchase. Okay, so these three amount will come as cash purchase. For credit, again 50% in next month and 50% in second next month. So 50% in Jan, 50% in Feb, 50% in Feb, 50% in March, 50% in March, 50% in April, 50% in April, 50% May, 50% May, 50% June, 50% June, 50% July, 50% July, 50% August. So now this column will make easy of this calculation, payment for creditors. Okay. So again that we are concerned with the April, May and June. Okay. So 50% of February's purchase. So again, don't see this month, see this month. February's purchase is 4 lakh 40,000. So 50% is 2 lakh 20,000 plus March purchase is 5,60,000. So 50% of it is 2,80,000. So is equal to 5 lakh. For May, 50% of March, 2,80,000 plus 50% of April, 5,20,000. 2,60,000 is equal to 5,30,000. June, 50% of April, 5,20,000, 50% 2,60,000 plus 50% May 2 lakh is equal to 4,60,000. So we got the collection from debtors as well as payment to creditors. Now we have to find out only the two expenses, that is wages and factory overheads. So let's move for that two expenses. Wages, 30% of sale is wages, is equal to wages. So here is month, here is sale, because we have to find out the percentage of the sale. So 30% of 18 lakh is equal to 5,40,000. 30% of 20 lakh is equal to 6 lakhs. 30% of 22 lakh is equal to 6,60,000. 30% of 28 lakh is equal to 8,40,000. 30% of 26 lakh is equal to 7,80,000. 30% of 20 lakh is equal to 6 lakh. 30% of 18 lakh is equal to 5,40,000. Okay, this again will be bifurcated by 50% next sorry, this is one and a half month. So this 50% in same month and 50% will be next month. Okay, so now we are concerned with the April, May and June. So 50% April, 50% April, 50% May, 50% May, 50% June, 50% June. Clear? So now let's do the payment. 50% of March. So March expenses 6,60,000. So 3,30,000 plus April 8,40,000. 50% is 420 is equal to 7,50,000. 50% of April is 420 plus 50% of May is 390, 8,10,000. 50% of May is 390 and 50% of June is 6 lakhs, means 3 lakhs. So 6,90,000. Okay. Now factory overhead, 10% of sale. So again we'll make same thing, but here 1/4 time limit is given. So 3/4 part will be paid in same month and 1/4 will be in next month. Hello. So we are concerned with the April again, April, May and June. Okay, so payment system will be April 1/4 expense of March. So March expense is 2,20,000. So 1/4 of 2,20,000 is equal to 55,000. 3/4 of April. So April's expense is 2,80,000. Here it is mentioned. So 2,10,000. Total will be 2,65,000. In May, 1/4 expense of April is equal to 70,000. 3/4 expense of May is equal to 1,95,000. So total will be 2,65,000. In May, 1/4 expense of May is 65,000 and 1/3/4 expense of June is 1,50,000. So 2,50,000 is total. Okay. So now almost we are having all the expenses, collections and everything. So we can now make our cash budget. Okay. So cash budget of Jai Yogeshwar Limited from month April, May and June 2012. Now particulars April, May and June. Now here we are having the opening balance of April, that is minus 1 lakh, that we have already mentioned. Okay. We are already having the cash shell. So let's go back and check what is the cash shells for the April, May and June. So here it is written 6,30,000, 5,85,000 and 4,50,000. Okay. So again we have written 6,30,000, 5,85,000 and 4,50,000. Now say same way again we will find out the collection from debtors, that already we have found. 16 lakh 12,500, 19 lakh 87,500, and 19 lakh 87,500. So we'll write down same. 16 lakh 12,500, 19 lakh 87,500, 19 lakh 87,500. We have received the interest of government security in April 25,000. Share dividend we have received in June 25,000, and income tax return we have received in May 25,000. Equity share we have issued in March, but we received in April, so 1,20,000. Okay, so now we can do the total of cash receipts. Now be careful. Here we have to add 6,30,000 plus 16,12,500 plus 25,000 plus 1,20,000, and we have to minus it from that 1,50,000. So our total will be 22,87,500. I have told you that we cannot make the total of cash receipts in the following months. We have to go one by 1 month. Okay. Now we will minus the cash payments, first cash purchase. So now let's go back to see the amount of cash purchase. Our cash purchase is 5,20,000, 4 lakh, and 3,60,000. So let's write down 5,20,000, 4 lakh, and 3,60,000. Payment to creditors, we have already calculated 5 lakh, 5,40,000, and 4,60,000. So 5 lakh, 5,40,000, and 4,60,000. Factory overheads, we have already calculated factory overheads, that is 2,65,000, 2,65,000, and 2,15,000. So let's write down 2,65,000, 2,65,000, and 2,15,000. Wages also we have found calculated 7,50,000, 8,10,000, and 6,90,000. So 7,50,000, 8,10,000, and 6,90,000. Purchase of machinery is done in the April. So we have done the initial payment of 20,000 that will be returned in April. Okay. Now we'll do the total of 5,20,000 plus 5 lakh plus 2,65,000 plus 7,50,000 and 20,000. The total will be 20,55,000. Okay. So we minus the 22,87,500 minus 20,55,000 is equal to 2,32,500. That will be our opening balance of May. We will add this much entry, and our total will be 28,30,000. This total is 20,15,000. So we'll minus it from the 28,30,000 is equal to 8,15,000. This will be our opening cash balance. We will add these three amounts, and our total will be 32,77,500. We'll minus this total 70,25,000. So our last closing balance is 15,52,500. So this is very lengthy sum, but it includes all the methods, all the percentage, how to find out, calculate the each and every expenses from the sale or from the purchase or everything. So I hope you understood this sum, and if you find any query, you can ask me to practice at home, and keep practicing. Thank you.